up, Woodward. We are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up!
Y'all got Kool-Aid.
I'm fired up! But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener.
Okay.
Along with JB and KG. Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm, because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Wake Up Woodward. I am Justice Atawa, and I am joined on the desk by my man KG. How we doing today?
Hey, feeling good, man. A nice crisp morning outside. You know, Tigers get a dub last night. Shout out JB. We went to AEW Dynamite. It was absolutely dynamite last night, and just a good way to end the night, man. Just a good way to end the night.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. We're gonna hear more about that AEW in a second, but
yes, sir.
Woodward Sports MVP JB Smooth in the TD booth. How we doing today?
I'm good. A little tired, obviously, you know, because me and KG were at AEW last night, but amazing show. Waking up, you know, little hoarse in the voice and everything like that, but it was a good night. It was a good night, except for the New York Knicks. Y'all suck.
That is crazy, bro. Celtics blow another big lead. What the fuck? What is going on?
Maz is loving it right now.
I can't believe that a team with more talent. They just don't have that killer. Like, Jalen Brunson's a killer.
Yeah,
like, when it comes
absolutely.
to the postseason, Jason Tatum has never been that guy.
Yeah.
And they just have glaring issues this year with an inability to close out games.
Yeah, Josh Hart was hooping too in that game, man. But, yeah, the Knicks go up 2-0. Maz is on fire right now. Shout out to Maz.
Loving it.
Yeah, man, that is absolutely crazy. Celtics, y'all got to figure that shit out.
Yeah, he was firing away in the group chat last night. But we got one more to introduce, and that is the fire that is Cavassier Chase.
Pastor
Chase,
Cavassier.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. How's it going today, guys?
Chase tried to lock me out this morning.
Yeah.
Everybody was mad that I got here on time. Like
he wanted to make sure that he hit his bet. But we have a packed show for you today. I believe we're talking every team at one point. We got Lions, we got Tigers, obviously.
Even the Wings? I see you with your wings gear on, your sweater looking
also
crispy.
Woodward Wings Day for recording purposes. So
shout out.
It's actually going to be a long day for me. I have this, and then I'm recording Woodward Wings, and then I prepare a specific draft pick analysis for Neil.
Oh, damn.
Oh, boy.
What do we do if we don't want to make the pick?
Right.
And then after that, I have an interview with Owen Michaels, who is was the most valuable player in the Frozen Four for Western Michigan.
Dope.
So,
that's what's up, man.
I got a big day today.
Western, stand up.
Before we get to all that, I just want to say that make sure you smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. It helps us, me and KG. Anything that you guys do to help us, leave a comment, it all helps us retain these roles and hopefully continue to be together on the desk in the future. So please help us out, and let's get into it. The Tigers, 8-6 win, another comeback win. They just do not give up. They continue every single time that they are down in games to just find a way to rally over and over again. They start the game going down 3-0. They then rally back to make it 3-3. Then Colorado scores 2 more runs, and then after that, Detroit's off for the races. They tie the game at 6, and then they win in extras in the 10th.
Yeah, it's a game you had to have, especially with the doubleheader being today. This was probably the hardest game that you're gonna, really have to go get in this series. But they put themselves in position to win another series, and you gotta love what you're seeing right now. Javi Baez, although the last 2 at bats wasn't the greatest, he goes out there, gives you 4 ribbies. That's all you can ask for from him. Trey Sweeney has really stepped up his level of play lately. You got to give a shout out to him. He's picked it up at the plate, and even defensively, he hasn't looked too bad. And man, just good performances. You didn't play your best game, and for the Tigers to go out there and actually win a game in which you kind of played a shitty to a certain degree, it's good to see that, man. And something just continues to remain different about this Tigers offense, man, because I think about just where we were last year around this time, and people forget we got off to a hot start last year too. I think we were 7 games above 500. That was one of our hottest starts in a while. But, you know, when the next months come around, May, June, July, you fell off a cliff, essentially. You went below 500, and that coincided with injuries. That also coincided with, you know, having to send Torque and Parker Meadows down to AAA. There was a lot going on, and, you know, they turned it on towards the end of the year, and you had to get a collapse from the Twins. But it's just something different about this Tigers offense this year. They play with more of a sense of urgency. They never really give up, and they put themselves in position to make plays, man, even on the base paths. Although they aren't, you know, leading the league in stolen bags, that they are top of the league in terms of getting that extra base and scoring. So I love what I'm seeing from this Tigers offense right now, and you just wonder, is it really something special that we're seeing right now? I know it's a rocky series in May, but it's something to think about, right?
I think it is something to think about, but what gives me so much hope is the fact that A.J. Hinch is really able to masterfully make these matchups the way that he wants them. He is able to have multiple guys on his bench who are capable hitters. Like you think about last year, at a lot of spots we had a very underperforming Justin Henry Malloy or, you know, Javi Baez coming in to hit in pinch hitting situations. Now those are quality bats, and even if it's just the same bats as last year, like you said yesterday, you're hitting the parlay.
Yeah,
like all of them are producing. And shout out to Michael DeVries for the 5 gifted Woodward Sports memberships. You're the GOAT.
Shout out.
We appreciate you. Chase snagged one.
Yeah, it just randomly. I didn't snag it. It randomly assigns them to people in the chat, so I there's no choice on who gets them. It's just randomly assigned. I wish I could give it up to somebody else on.
You need to have a wrench at this point. I
do
don't know.
have a
Yeah.
wrench.
He does have a wrench.
Oh, okay. I
didn't know
say.
you could get it if you had a wrench.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can still, you guys could still support the network and buy your membership.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like ours should
I got
be
the
free.
wrench. I'm good.
Good. But yeah, I mean, and Jackson Jobe, I didn't have the
Yeah, he
best
got knocked
outing.
around a little bit. But so did the Rockies pitchers.
I mean, and when you play in a ballpark like Colorado, where
Yeah.
there's a lot of open grass, and also the altitude causes the ball to fly out the park, and the wind was facing towards the outfield, so a pretty bad mix of a storm for Jackson Jobe.
He's young though. It's only his 6th start. Like, we got to get a kid a little time to grow into the role. I do understand you don't want to see this early, but at the same time, you got to let him play through it, because that's the only way he's really going to learn. But shout out to the bullpen, though. They really went out there and got it done. I mean, Hannafy, Herter, Will Vest was a dog at the end of the game.
Vest,
a fucking dog. And even Tommy Kahnle, man.
That's all-star Will Vest to you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you're right. But even Tommy Kahnle, who, you know, he put up a 0, but he struggled a little bit. You know, he had to fight through in order to close that deal. But you just like how the bullpen looked as well, just taking control of that game when the Tigers offense snatched the lead back. Shout out to Torque being 0 for 4 before he came up to the plate and just put one right in the field, bro. Gave the Tigers the lead, and they never looked back.
Yeah, and that's what they do. This team, once they have a lead, is ridiculously hard to beat. They are what I would say is a slight step down from what Cleveland has in the back end of their bullpen. It is, but where the difference is when the Tigers get to their bullpen, if they have to go there in the 5th or the 6th inning, they can sustain that through the entire rest of the game, where the Guardians, they only have the power arms in 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
You could drop us down to our starter getting out in the 5th inning, and the Tigers are still going to have enough bullpen arms of quality to sustain whatever lead they have or sustain whatever margin they need to close to win the game.
Yeah, and part of that is because your starters are so good, man. A lot of your starters can go deeper in the ball games, man. When you look at the ERAs throughout your pitching rotation right now, the Tigers, I mean, they are well suited to really do some damage in this AL Central. If they continue on this pace, I mean, we talk about, you know, they're not going to look perfect every game, and I think we know that. We know the deficiencies that this team has, but for them to just get ahead in a lot of these series, when you look up and you're winning series after series after series, all of that adds up eventually, man. And then you look up and you're one of the best teams in the AL period, let alone the AL Central, man. So you want to see the Tigers continue this pace, because the more wins that you get, the more cushion you can have as that top team in the AL Central. And that's only going to, help you down the road, man, until you get your guys back from injury. It's crazy. They still ain't even got their guys back.
Dude. And Veerling's ranking in AAA. Right?
And I get it, it's the Rockies, bro, but you got to give them credit, bro. The games that they should win, they have been able to go do that, as well as competing with some of the best teams in the league.
In whatever way they want.
Yeah.
They win in whatever way they want, in whatever way they have to. And that's what is the quality of a really good baseball team.
Absolutely.
They can beat you hitting singles, they can beat you hitting doubles, they can beat you in a pitching duel, and they can beat you hitting home runs. It is insane how deep and how well-rounded this team is, after last year when this team had glaring issues but still was able to make a run like that.
And they did it with relatively the same roster, though.
Yeah.
Like, we not talking about a lot of additions. I mean, was Gleyber Torres just really that piece that we needed to get over the top? No, but you are getting some elevated play from some of the guys that you didn't expect, man. And that's been the beauty of this thing.
And that's what we're going to talk about next. The next thing we're going to get into, thank you, chat, for answering that you would like to hear more about the Tigers, because we are going to get into who is able to sustain their success: Torque, Baez, Mize, or McKinstry.
Oh,
So
okay, all right.
The parlay is going to be
it.
tested in this next segment, and we are going to see who we believe in to play this full season and to continue on this pace. First, we got to say what up to some sponsors, though. So, JB, who we got to say what up to?
Man, I'm hungry as shit right now. I think I want some Buddy's Pizza.
Oh, shit. This early? Do
This
they even
early,
open
yeah.
this early?
I don't even care. I just need it.
I don't even care.
Buddy's Pizza, man. You know that's you, Justin.
Oh, that's me. Oh,
Yeah, oh.
No, I did not know that's me. But Buddy's Pizza, there are 22 locations around the Metro Detroit area. Go visit the original on Conant Road, and make sure you use that promo code 10meal to save 10% in your order. I mean, look at that pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, it says enough.
Beautiful.
Seriously. It's got Sean having mental breakdowns and aneurysms in the studio every day.
Yeah, literally.
So,
Like, we have to console him after shows.
yeah. So make sure you go get your Buddy's Pizza, and while you're at it, use 10 meal and save 10%.
Detroit style.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season
And take advantage of our $20 haircut special.
Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Couch right now watching Woodward Sports. Do something with your life, man. Go to Planet Fitness.
What is this, Everest College?
Hey, go to Planet Fitness, man. Get that body right for the summer. You are, eligible for the best deal in the gym game right now. Why wouldn't you want that, man? Go get that black card. You get access to all the gym equipment that you could ever ask for. Tanning beds, massage beds, everything that you need to get right and get looking good, man. Get off that couch right now. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Essential.
OKG. Where do I start with you, man? I mean, come on, better read. It's hilarious. Passive aggressively calling the entire chat fat is kind of crazy.
Hey, but you know the good thing, you go to Planet Fitness, you don't get judged. So
Hey,
I might judge you outside.
Yeah, I'm
of the
judging.
gym, but after that.
shout out to Phil. I didn't even know this guitar was from him. This is sick.
Yeah, shout out Phil, man.
Shout out Phil. I saw him talking about it in the chat. I had to go pick it up. But
You play guitar, Justin?
Oh hell no.
Yeah,
I am musically challenged.
Your hair is misleading there because it's like
it definitely is.
With that kind of hair, I expect you to know how to play guitar. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, I'm trying to learn how to play guitar.
Yeah, I want to learn how to play a synthesizer but that's like really white people shit.
Yeah. Trying to go make some of that music.
Exactly.
All right,
yeah.
I got you.
But back to the Tigers, who are ootsing their way down the season. They are absolutely killing it. And we're going to talk about if it's sustainable for specific players like Torque, Baez, Mize, and McKinstry. And before we get into that, I'm going to tell you their stats to give you a feel for what the sustainable pace is for the rest of the season. And so we're going to start off with Spencer Torkelson.
Okay.
And Torkelson is hitting .233 with a 344 OBP, 879 OPS, and a 1.2 WAR.
That is nice, man. I mean, considering where he was last year, this is like all you could have asked for Spencer Torkelson. As far as going forward, though, I think it is sustainable. I really do. Because when you look at not just offensively, defensively, you got to give him some credit. He was making some big plays in that game yesterday. And he just looks more comfortable at first base out there,
no doubt.
when he's out there. So I think it's an all-around turnaround. When you look at his plate approach, yes, he's made some mechanical changes to his swing and things of that nature, but it's just his patience. He's a lot more patient. He's able to make adjustments mid-at-bat, and that's something that we didn't see from him at all. A lot of times he would go out there and look shell-shocked last year. He's caught up with the fastball. He's able to turn fastballs pretty well. If you play him off speed a lot, he will adjust, and he will put some balls in play if it's not a home run all the time. So I really like what I'm seeing from Torque. Like you said, over 800 OPS. This is everything that you could ask for. I think he's going to finish the season with an over 800 OPS, and that'll be the mark of a real sign of improvement for Spencer Torkelson, even if he doesn't have the home runs to back him up.
See, and I like what you said there. You're 800 OPS is still a crazy good season for
Absolutely.
Torque, especially after the season he had last year.
He had a 600 OPS last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was 687.
Yeah.
But way below major league average. And to see him make this type of adjustment and 10 home runs on the year, 28 RBIs, if he were to go over 40 home runs, I would be bricked.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
I took him for 25 in our little Big D Energy time capsule. So he's off to a good start. I mean, he's leading the team in home runs right now. He very well could be the leader at the end of the year. So.
All right, let me run through the other three, and then we're going to talk about which one is more sustainable.
All right.
McKinstry, 283 average, 792 OPS, 1.3 WAR, 15 RBIs, and then
15 ribbies.
Javi Baez, 313 average. God, that's insane.
Yeah.
352 on base. Never in my life, if you would have asked me, even in the Cubs days,
Yeah.
if Javi Baez would ever hit over 310, I
Yeah.
would tell you hell no.
Yeah, of course.
Especially in the way that the current MLB is played, with how everyone wants to hit home runs. Absolutely astonishing to me. 827 OPS, leading the team in WAR, 1.5 WAR. Then we go over to the pitching side of things for Casey Mize. 1.09 whip, 2.70 ERA, 6.6 Ks per 9, 27 strikeouts in 36 innings pitched.
Casey Mize is looking looking totally different.
That's a resurgence right there.
No, absolutely. And you kind of wanted to see that because
and he
of
found the splitter. That was the biggest thing.
That was his money pitch. And you wanted to see him kind of get back on track because the injuries have absolutely derailed him up to this point. And even last year, I was very, very patient with him, although, people was kind of being critical. But I knew we had to give him a full year to really, get that game speed back under his belt. So anything that he gave us last year, I was happy with. I think he had just over a 4 ERA last year, but this year he looks like a totally different picture. Like you said, he found the splitter. His fast stuff doesn't look too bad. He looks composed out there, man. And that's what you wanted to see from somebody that you had high hopes for. This was a 1-1 guy at one point, and we all knew he had electric stuff, but he can never really seem to put it together, and a lot of that is because of the injury. So I really think Mize can keep this going. He would be the one I would pick out of those three. But Zach McKinstry, the kind of work that he's doing right now, I mean, do you think Zach McKinstry can keep this up? It's kind of tough to call. Career, I mean, averages say that he won't, but I don't know, man. You just look at how he's playing this year. Something seems to have clicked, especially at the plate.
I agree with that, and it doesn't. It looks like we're getting to a point where his sample size is getting big enough where it's not a fluke.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about going back into the middle of the season last year. Like, he's putting up this same stat line. He like around 300 average. And so I think if he continues this pace into June,
yeah,
he's not going to fall off. And you can he'll slump at one point, but
yeah, of course.
I would expect him to bounce back and stay pretty sustained on this pace. So
you don't want to move him from third right now. Like, if Matt Vierling were to come back, you would put him in center field, right?
Depends on the matchup.
Okay.
Because I want Javi hitting against a lefty, so it would truly be righty lefty. I'd only let McKinstry hit off righties for now.
Yeah, and AJ.
I know he can hit lefty as well, but that's more of a I'll keep it in the back pocket type deal if I need it.
Right.
But I think on a day-to-day basis, I'd rather play Vierling or Javi at whatever position they decide on whatever day between center field and third base.
I got
they both can play either position. So the question: who can have the sustained success? Mize, McKinstry, Torkelson, Baez, your answer.
I mean, you got to say Mize, only because Chris Fetter as well. When you have somebody like Chris Fetter backing you up and you see the results already, man, like I said, he's been able to really find his composure when he's up there on the mound, and it doesn't look like hard like it did in previous seasons. Like, he's been able to go up there and just he's sitting guys down, man, and that's what you want to see. He's playing efficient baseball, and I think out of everybody, you would probably say Casey Mize because, I mean, let's be real, we love what Javi's been doing right now, but history says it's not going to last. Hopefully it does, so we can continue to rub it in Neil's face. But if that does not happen, we wouldn't be surprised. But in Zach McKinstry as well, I mean, his track record does say that he will tail off to some point, although I feel like his numbers will be improved this year just based on his hot start. You got to go with Mize, I think, out of all four of those guys.
I think that Mize is definitely the easy one to choose, because of the fact that he truly looks like he found his splitter again, and especially with Fetter, that it doesn't seem like that will be dissipating at any time soon, causing him to go back into his form where he's getting shelled.
Yeah.
But I truly believe the way that Baez and Torkelson changed their swings over the offseason, I think that this is what you're going to see the rest of the season. I think that Javi's new swing is for average, not power, and that's helping him have that strike zone discipline that he's never had.
He's been better at it. Because I'm
not
even in last night's game, he was whiffing on some shit to the outside. He's still Javi.
He's still Javi, but it has helped him. His whiff rate has gone down tremendously. He has much better hit. Like, he's hitting the sweet spot of the outfield when he makes contact between the infielders and the outfielders much more. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna take Baez and Torque, and I'm gonna take him as a 2-for-1
You
parlay.
ain't say we could pick two, but I mean, Torque is I feel like the obvious answer. But yeah,
I have faith in Javi.
I do too.
I hate to say it, but I seriously believe that because this team is now extremely competitive, he's gonna come alive.
He's gonna help,
and that's
more
something
than he
that
hurts.
I've thought over his entire career here is you just got to make this team good, and then once they're good, he'll come to life. And that's what he did in Chicago, and now you're seeing the resurgence of him now, and so that's why I have faith and Javi moving forward.
Yeah, no, they had an absolutely loaded team with that Cubs team. So Javi was able to play with his type of play style, and it worked because you had so many great hitters around him. But, just for what he is right now, man, I think he's playing some really good baseball, and we understand his numbers, kind of are like, all right, you're paying this guy $25 million. He's just above average. And you would be correct in that. But to get that after the 3 years of slop that we've gotten from Javi Baez, I'm cool, man. I'm chilling. And defensively, he hasn't tailed off, which is a good sign. He was a negative defender last year, but overall throughout his career, he's been able to be a plus defender, and that is a positive. He's able to find the ball now, and that's a relief in any sense of the form, only because before he was whiffing on everything. So I will take the fact that he doesn't have power, but he's putting balls in play. That's all you can really ask for.
I completely agree. Chase or JB, would either of you like to chime in?
Go ahead, Chase.
Like in regards to who we think will be back for the team.
What'd you say?
I was just asking you to repeat the question. Who we think will be back?
One more time.
Who do we think is going to be back, like long term? Like,
Yeah,
it's not,
who's going to be back? Sustained.
It's not just a streak. We'll go with Torque. I mean, he was the 1-1. Hitting wise, I'll go with Torque. I'm hoping at least we have Skubal, we have Reese Olson, we have Jackson Jobe. So if Myers doesn't end up working out, I feel like we have enough arms in the rotation to kind of sustain that as far as the pitching. But the offense was the big question mark coming into the season. Torque's been able to provide it, so if he's able to keep that up, I think that's what's going to help this team continue to achieve the level of success they've been able to thus far.
Yeah, I think that Chad agrees with you too. 51% Torque.
Yeah, I mean, it's the obvious answer.
They are feeling the Torque love, that's for sure. We also got 25% for Casey Mize, so they feeling that answer from you, and then 20% Javi Baez. Not a lot of faith on McKinstry. And McKinstry has the biggest sample size out of all of them. And
probably the best numbers out of all of them, damn near, besides Torque, of course. But, yeah, that's I mean, people have faith in Javi, man. They believe. I can't be mad at you, man. He's showing us a different Javi. So we gotta be able to, give him his flowers when we can, because we've crapped on him for long enough. When he's playing good ball, give him the credit.
And shout out to Stick and Easy in the chat. We appreciate you guys being here and supporting us. But JB, who we got to say what up to, my dog?
We got to say what up to merch. Head over to me for some merch. Do yourself a favor. Head over to woodwardsports.com. Click on that shop tab. We got new designs for you every single week. But I got to tell you about the ones we got up on screen right now. The LFG Red Wings t-shirts, hoodies. Justin's rocking a Red Wings jersey right now as it is, and I know they let you down, but still, they're our team. You got to support them, and you can't forget about those gritty ticks. They pulled one out last night, the Woodward Tigers. We got t-shirts, sweatshirts, everything to fit your need when you're down at Comerica Park. So head over to woodwardsports.com, click on that shop tab.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season.
And take advantage of our $20 haircut special.
Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Loom Cannabis Company is here to tell you about their new drink because it's spring, man. You want to feel good, and they got a drink that'll make you feel good. It's called Buzzin'. 7.5 milligrams of real THC wrapped in bubbles. Crafted with real fruit juice and no artificial sweeteners. They're big in flavor, but low in calories, and 100% hangover free for the party animals out there, man. Use that code word on the screen right now, WSN30, to get 30% off your entire order. That is online or in store. That is a great deal. So get to loom.com today and take advantage of these deals, man. Get you some, get you some of that good.
Hey, they got to get themselves some of that good.
Yeah, get some of that good.
Well, welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. I am Justin Satawa, and I am joined on this desk by my older brother, KG. It's a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
We got the Woodward Sports MVP, JB Smooth, holding it down on the TV.
Jay Bizzle.
Yo, what's going on, fellas?
And we got Cavassier Chase in the sound booth.
You are musically challenged.
I am.
God damn, you wasn't lying, big dog.
But it has been a great show so
the
far.
Of music he likes, it sounds like a car that won't start, bro.
Right.
Like, you know, you're going to work in the morning, your engine won't turn.
Right,
over.
cold ass day.
Yeah, I had my freshman year professor tell me that I wasn't a natural speaker, so I should consider a different profession.
Damn.
Wow.
So just stop talking is what he said.
Pretty much.
God damn. Hey.
I used to have a terrible stutter, and I used to trip up on my words all the time. But
hey, it happens, man. It happens. But guess what? Suck it, professor. You're on Woodward Sports now.
Hey, exactly.
Talking sports for a living.
Yeah, and it keeps me going.
Yeah.
I'm a motivated mofo. Let me just say that.
Big facts. One of the hardest workers here.
We're gonna keep getting into it. Do you want to stay on the Tigers, or you want to transition to the Lions?
We can go to the Lions.
We can go to the Lions? All right. So yesterday there was an interesting article put out by Bleacher Report about possible trade candidates for the Lions.
Okay.
And this is a guy who has been, when I saw it, I was like, again? Like, we're starting these rumors again? So, JB, will you go ahead and will you read off who the player is, please?
I think it's pretty obvious.
I mean, it's probably pretty obvious if you don't know already. But one Mr. Trey Hendrickson, edge from the Cincinnati Bengals. Potential suitors, the Detroit Lions and the Indianapolis Colts.
The only two teams?
Yep.
Wow. I mean, the Lions are going to continue to be in this talks because there appears to be, a spot at edge that could be filled, and the Lions, they have everything in order to facilitate a move like that. They have the cap space. They have the draft capital. They could make a move like this if they really wanted to, but the biggest question is, if you were to do that, do you sign him long term? And I think that's probably the biggest hang up in this whole thing, and we know Brad Holmes has called around about, Myles Garrett. I would assume he's called about Trey Hendrickson as well at this point. So maybe the ground workings for a deal is there, but I don't think they need to make a move like this. Can you make a move like this? Absolutely. But I don't think it's like, do or die if you don't make a move like this, because you do have to take into account you are trying to sign some of your guys that are homegrown long term, and you got a lot more contracts to go. You were able to knock Kirby out. That's cool. He's one of the best safeties in the league. Thankfully, you get to keep him in-house. You got 4 of your major pillars signed to big deals, and you still have to pay Hutch. You still have to maybe decide on a Brian Branch, a J-Mo down the line, Jahmyr Gibbs. So you want to, have some flexibility and be able to do that.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that when it comes to Trey Hendrickson, I don't think this is a move you explore until the Bengals are out of the postseason.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone in this room expects a Bengals regression. It's been on the table for years, and they still didn't address their biggest need, which is offensive line. And until they do so, they're just going to continue to falter and be the worst team in that. Oh, the Browns, but they won't be able to compete with the Steelers and the Ravens for the top of that division. It's a tough division, too. I think the best case scenario for you, because I don't think he's going to do it in the offseason. I really don't. I think that he is very comfortable right now with Marcus Davenport as his opposite edge, as we've talked about the last couple weeks. But
Jersey bet.
When it comes to
stop it, JB.
in-season trades, that's where the contract for next year isn't going to come into play.
Right.
Like, the Bengals are going to need to move him. They're not going to have a choice if they're not in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They'd be losing him for nothing in the offseason.
Yeah.
So I would personally like to wait, stay put, see what Marcus Davenport has, because they obviously have some undying faith towards him. And so I will give them the benefit of the doubt for their track record. But if something does happen, I'm certainly confident that they will make a move like this to fill that need to try to go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and you got to think that's the game plan right now, because I don't really see Brad Holmes going out to try to make this move before the season, although, it would be helpful if he can have a camp with the team. But ultimately, I think you want to see what you have at this edge position. Like you said, they're going to put trust in Marcus Davenport again. So if that ends up biting you, especially early in the season, you may have to make a move like this, because you only have Al-Qaeda Muhammad, who played well in the spots that he played last year. Shout out to him. But you have Al-Qaeda Muhammad, you have Ahmad Hassanin. I used to say it right now. I'm fucking it up. Ahmad Hassanin. There it is. Ahmad Hassanin. You have him as well, and they may expect some bigger things from him in year one. We don't know just yet. So going forward, I think that you just want to play your cards and see what you have. And then if you're in a tight position or you got injuries piling up, that way you might go make that move at that time.
Yeah, I completely agree. And especially when it's in season, you're not going to have to give up as much value in terms of the trade. You're looking at second-round pick at the highest. Like, you're not even going to get into first-round pick territory because it's a rental. I honestly expect it to be a third-round pick. So I think that at that value, and if you're really trying to go for it, I'm all for it.
No, and shout out to IT Hips in the chat. That's not a good game plan, guys. He said it was hell trying to acquire Big Z last year. We don't need to go through that again. And much to what you said, Justin, I feel like the Cincinnati Bengals are in a tight spot, and they kind of know it because they went out and they paid all of their offense. And you got to give them credit, because I didn't even think they would be able to keep all of their receivers, but they were able to do that. But at that point, you sacrificed your defense, and we all know defense is a big problem with this Bengals team. So if they're in a spot to where they're struggling to get wins, but they're still trying to push for the postseason, you got to think that they are, just because of how some of their contracts are laid out. And you do have Joe Burrow. You can't just keep wasting him. They're trying to win. If they get in that tight spot and they got to make a move, they got to do that, because in the offseason, they are going to need to restack that defense in order to keep trying to win now. They might be in a tighter spot than even the Cleveland Browns were last year, when they had to pretty much trade Zadarius Smith, although they were asking for a third-round pick all the way up until the trade deadline.
Yeah, I agree. And the fact is, even a third-round pick is so valuable to these GMs, especially when you're trying to rebuild and you're trying to just bring in a high quality of players to start your retool or your rebuild.
Right.
Like, we're talking about getting guys who could have really upgraded their offensive line with a third round draft pick, and that's what they need to do to protect Joe Burrow. So I'm very curious how this all shakes out. We got to see what Davenport looks like, because it seems like they're not making a move until they see what Davenport looks like.
Right.
Because why would they not have already signed Zadarius?
Exactly. And that's another factor. If they aren't signing Zadarius Smith, at least not to this point, you got to think that they feel like they're pretty set at the edge position. And they could be right. If you get a healthy Marcus Davenport, once again, everything that you say about him is not on-field related. It's strictly about the injuries. And understandably so. It's just been his history throughout his career. But if you can get, like I said, at least 12 to 13 games at the very least, I think this team will be in a damn good position to achieve everything they want to achieve this year.
I completely agree. JB, Chase, how are we feeling about Trey Henderson move?
I mean, I would like it personally, and I agree with you, Justin. I think you're probably going to wait until the Bengals are either out of the playoff or until it gets close to that trade deadline, because I think Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell still want to see what they have, and as you said, Davenport, Muhammad, Hassan, and figure out, where to go from there. But honestly, this is the Bengals' fault as well, too. They did draft Shamar Stewart in the draft, but also they're the ones being super unreasonable with this price that they want for Trey Henderson. I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm assuming it's somewhere around, 2 firsts for this man right now. But hopefully they come down off of that price once the Bengals do get eliminated, because I think they really just want to restock and do everything they can to, one, protect Joe Burrow and help establish this defensive side that they have as it is. So it's just a waiting game right now. You're just going to have to wait and see.
I can tell you what, if their GM called me and told me, give me 2 firsts and you can negotiate a contract with Henderson for an extension.
Right.
I'd tell you go kick some rocks.
Right.
I say I don't want him to sign an extension. I want him to come here on a 1-year deal. I want to be able to trade a 3rd-round pick for him. Screw 2 firsts. And I think that's what every GM around the NFL is looking like. None of them are desperate right now. They just had free agency. Most of them filled their needs.
Yep, in the draft. Yep.
And even if it does start to slip in the first couple weeks of the season, the price is already going to start going down.
Yeah.
Because he's already played games on the contract.
Exactly.
Like if the contract's not done by the beginning of the season, it's probably not going to get done.
No, that value is absolutely going down the closer we get to the trade deadline and he isn't moved. So, and shout out to Anthony Patterson in the chat. You should be able to have Davenport figured out prior to the start of the season, Justin. Training camp and practice put the pressure on him. And do you think that's a good strategy? Maybe try to work him a little harder in training camp, trying to see if he can hold up. I don't think if he were to get injured, it'll probably be in the season. I don't think in training camp you'll have too many issues because you're not really trying to push your guys too hard in training camp. Yes, you want to get them up to game speed, but you also want to come into the season healthy. So I don't know if that's the best strategy, but what do you think about it?
I'm not worried about him in training camp, but I'm worried as soon as he steps on the field.
Right.
And so
you would like to have him figured out in training camp, Anthony 100%. Patterson. I mean, I'm not to call you out or anything, but yeah, that would be the game plan to kind of see. Oh, okay, he's gonna be good, or oh, damn, we got a problem. He doesn't look like himself. It would be nice to figure that out in training camp, but he's familiar with the system. He's gonna fit in. If he's healthy, he should be good throughout camp. But it's just about what's gonna happen once he laces up in that regular season.
Yeah, I completely agree. Chase, how are you feeling about Trey Hendrickson?
I mean, I don't think it's a move we necessarily need to make. I don't think it's something that like guarantees you a Super Bowl just because you make that move. And I think the cost of that type of trade is pretty expensive. I think there's another player that you could get to play that same position for this team at a significantly less or cheaper cost, and be, I would say, similarly, and also get similar production out of it, especially with Hutch on the other end, who's going to be your primary edge rusher, and then the mix of Ali McNeil when he's healthy, Tyreek Williams, DJ Reader, Roy Lopez mixing up in the middle. They're going to have a lot of bodies to take care of and try to deal with. So whoever, I don't think you necessarily need someone with as big of a name as Trey Hendrickson on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson to be as productive as they can be.
True, but it could be a win now type of move. Let's say the Lions are in a good position and you want to just make that move to put you over the top. I wouldn't be mad at that, because at that point I would feel like it is just a rental and maybe you're not trying to sign him long term, but it's just about, do you want to give up that draft capital? We saw how this fan base acted about giving up the draft capital for Tesla. If you don't sign Trey long term and you don't win the Super Bowl, then I feel like you're going to get an uproar from the fan base, unfortunately.
So what are you willing to gamble to get Trey Hendrickson for 1 year?
If you get him at the trade deadline, I feel like a second rounder is out of the question at that point. If you have a 2027 third, I'll see what's popping with that, and I'll add something to it. I'll give you maybe like a fifth to go with that. And a recent draft or next year's draft, and we'll see if you can do it with that. If not, I may come back to the table and try to figure it out. But overall, I don't think the Lions will be desperate. Unless they have the injury situation that they had last year, I don't think the Lions will be in a desperate position at edge to do anything. So hopefully it's one of those situations to where you just keep it in the back pocket and hope you never have to use it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the max I could see them giving up is a third and a fourth, or 2/3. I don't think they go into the realm of a second-round pick.
not at this point.
They love those second-round picks way too much.
Yeah, and the Bengals kind of blew their chance because I felt like they could have maybe got a first for him if they had to just went ahead and traded him this offseason.
100%.
But it just didn't happen, and they want to try and make a run at this thing. I do understand you do have a superstar quarterback back there, and if they don't get it done within these next couple years, you know it's going to end badly in Cincinnati. Like, it's already trending towards that direction for them. So they're trying to pull out all the stops. I can't necessarily be mad at that, but they need to be smart and start looking out for draft capital because that's going to be the only way you're going to rebuild this team. Free agency, you are locked up. Like, contract-wise, you are spending a lot of money on a lot of guys offensively. So,
well, nobody is mad at you guys right now. Shout out to everyone sitting in Super Chats. He sent in $5. He said, y'all need to give up on Marcus Davenport. Dude can't stay healthy ever. Davin Bros, how do you even exist? Are you serious? Dude is playing 3 games at the most. Shaking my head.
Well, once again, I don't feel like we Davenbroing up here. Like, if it were up to, I'm sure all of us in this room, we wouldn't necessarily want Marcus Davenport.
I think all of us would sign Zadarius Smith right now.
Exactly. Like, we all know what the story is on him, but I try to also humanize him because I was more in that bandwagon last year. You know, you signed this guy with an injury history. You kind of knew to expect this, and it happened. But you do have to put the human behind the name. And once I saw his press conference over this, off season, you kind of feel bad for the guy because he doesn't want to go out there and get hurt. He knows that's the narrative around his whole career, and you can tell that he's feeling that shit. He gets to see the fucking, social media posts tearing him apart. He watches shows like this, I'm sure. It's fucked up, but he does have to beat the allegations. It's a part of the game, and you have to get past that at some point.
Yeah, you do. And I think that where they are losing the Davenbro idea and why we're getting thrown that at us is because of the fact that we keep saying that Brad Holmes is comfortable with it.
Right.
Which is not us. I never said that I was comfortable with it. But who am I to question Brad Holmes?
There you go.
If Brad Holmes feels like he can get a healthy season out of Marcus Davenport, who the hell am I to question it?
And when you just look at the moves, it does make sense because the interior of this defensive line is built in such a way to where you can afford to have, Aiden Hutchinson on one side and kind of like maybe tier 3 or tier 4 guy on the other side of him, because you're going to be generating pressure from the middle, and you have one of the premier pass rushers in this league, so it can work. We saw James Houston come in here, who was absolutely challenged in a lot of ways. He came in here and put up high sack numbers in 1 year. So Marcus Davenport can do the same, and in a very, very small sample size, we did see him perform on the field. He did look good next to Hutch. So I can't blame Brad Holmes for thinking, okay, if we can just stay healthy across the board as a defense, we'll be okay. We'll be better for it. And maybe Marcus Davenport can stay healthy.
And I'm being told by Anthony Peterson, that's a trap right there, Justin.
Shout out Anthony Peterson, man.
I mean, I'm not about to be in the business to question Brad Holmes.
You can't at this point.
No.
But if it does not work, then it's a double-edged sword. Brad Holmes does have to wear that. That's why, as a fan, you shouldn't freak out. I do understand we want certain things in this town. I understand we are closer to a Super Bowl than we have ever been. But at the same time, you have to be patient. And if it doesn't work, then at that point, you can criticize. We are well within our window still right now. The Lions are in the prime of their window. So I'm not going to freak out about things like this. Maybe a couple years down the line, if it doesn't work, we can reapproach it. But as of right now, you got to ride the wave, man. You got to ride the wave.
There's no doubt about that.
They were a 15-win team last year.
Yeah. And we got to continue riding the wave into break. So, JB, who we got to say what up to?
Elite.
Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's.
You should be the sponsor for Lady Jane's.
Look at that hair. I am the sponsor for Lady Jane's.
Look at that hair, man. Second best hair on the network.
You got better hair than me. Whoa. That's disrespectful.
You're giving yourself third, KG?
No, not at all.
I'm first.
I would challenge to say I'm first, man. This is years of experience.
See, it's tough because it's hard to compare.
I mean, it is what it is. But you guys have a great heads of hair.
We need a mixed panel.
We do. I think most people will probably vote for Chase, though. I think people like Chase's hair better. You kind of got like that soap opera type shit, like
the soap opera.
Yeah, like the All My Children cut. That's what you got, man. You got it's wavy. You look like you gazing into a woman's eyes every time that you talk. Chase,
children.
He has versatile hair. Sometimes it's curly, sometimes it's
true.
straight.
Chase's hair is really
sometimes it's in
versatile.
braids.
Yeah,
Like
the braids are sick.
He-
I gotta say,
he's
when
versatile.
When he walked in with the braids for the first time, I was so like confused, but I was like, damn, that looks so good.
He's a Brad Holmes guy. He's very versatile.
He is a Brad Holmes guy. But speaking of Brad Holmes guys, every Jane is a Brad Holmes guy. The way that they
Brad
are
Holmes girl
versatile
for
and they
sure.
can cut every type of hair, anytime, anywhere. And I appreciate them. Shout out to Beth for my haircut. She cut my hair a couple days ago. Got me feeling right. But let's be honest, we like simple stuff. Like
We do.
Gibby's on the golf course. Let's keep it uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's. Haircuts for men. You walk in, you sign in, and before you know it, you're handsome and clean, just like me. Lady Jane's,
So
open
fresh and so
10
clean,
to 8,
clean.
7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome, and you can look like me.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
Throw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season.
And take advantage of our $20 haircut special.
Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on the expert sports insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursday during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that D-Mac trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944. Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward, and I know my professor is punching air after he just heard me clearly pronunciate that entire read. So eat shit, Western Michigan. Just kidding, I love you, but we are back. Wake Up Woodward. I'm here with KG, JB, and Chase. We are having a great time filling in for Kool-Aid and Flannel. Shout out to them. We appreciate them, and we cannot wait to have them back. But for now, we are here, we are vibing, we're having a good time. So make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We appreciate it. It's anything that you can do to support us, we appreciate. So let's get into it. I totally forgot what we were about to talk about. I can't lie.
Yeah.
But we got some Red Wings topics. I have an all sports topic. I'm gonna run this one.
Okay.
I like this one a lot. So, out of every sports team, we'll go one by one.
All right.
Who has the highest ceiling? And if you want to caveat it, you can put it under 24.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be under 24.
Okay.
But it's kind of implied.
That's a good question. Out of all of our sports teams, who has the highest ceiling right now?
Start with the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, it's That's the easy answer because they are probably the closest to a championship out of all of our teams. We know that. And a lot of people have belief in the Tigers. And I'm not mad at that because their pitching staff is set up to be a World Series contender. It's just about the bats. But the Lions are closer than any one of our franchises right now to really tasting that. So you hope that they can just get over the hump and be able to do it. But you got to say the Lions first.
I meant player on the team.
Oh, you meant player.
Yeah, I didn't explain it well.
Oh, okay. All right. So highest ceiling player on.
That's why I said under 24.
Oh, got you. On any other teams.
I was gonna do
okay.
But you can pick out of the 4, 1 out of the 4, or you can do 4 out of the 4.
All right. Highest ceiling player. On the Lions, it would be. How old is Hutch? He's over 24, right?
I think he's 23.
I mean,
double check that.
I still think Hutch has probably the highest ceiling on the team as far as just being a superstar in this league. He's already a top 5 edge rusher.
He's 24 exactly.
He's 25. Oh, okay.
He's 24 until August. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm picking Hutch.
It counts, yeah.
I'm picking Hutch.
Hutch with the highest ceiling. I'm gonna just change it. Hutch would be the obvious answer, but I'm gonna go with Jameson. I'm gonna go with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh, audible at the line.
Yeah, audible at the line of scrimmage. As much as I love J-Mo and he has that potential to be all-pro, he's not there yet, though. Jahmyr Gibbs is there. He's arrived. He is going to have an unbelievable season. He is already a consensus top 3 running back in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think that he still has ways to go. I think that he has that ceiling where he can be the best running back in the league, even better than Saquon. And so that's where I'm going to say that his is the highest ceiling on the team is Jahmyr Gibbs.
All right, take Gibbs out of it. Do you think J-Mo could ever hit that ceiling of like best wide receiver in the league?
No. I think he can get close. I think he can be in the conversation.
Top 3?
Yeah, I think he can be top 3, top 5.
Okay.
But he'll never be as smooth as a route runner as Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase.
Right.
And Jamar Chase has the speed. He doesn't have the breakaway speed level that J-Mo has, but he still has breakaway speed.
No, absolutely.
So I just think those two are going to be ridiculously hard to catch. But I top 3 or top 5, I'm there.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Chase? Highest ceiling on the Lions.
You gotta turn your mic on.
For people under 25?
Yep.
I have to double check everybody's ages, but I definitely like the Jahmyr Gibbs answer just because of where he's already at, like his floor and
Seen a lot of Branch.
Yeah, I'm seeing Branch here too.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go with Jahmyr Gibbs. I think just he has the chance to be, like you said, the best running back in the NFL, and I think I have to do a little bit more diving deep into the secondary and the other safeties who are under 25 and such right now. But Jahmyr Gibbs, he's already talked about as like one of the best running backs in the league, even like without the caveat of under 25. So I think he's definitely has the highest ceiling to be the best on the Lions team.
JB?
I was gonna pick J-Mo, but I think I'm gonna swerve a little bit and go with one Mr. Sam Laporta.
When he drive.
I'm going with one Mr. Sam Laporta. Yeah, shout out to Swerve Strickland. Shout out Swerve Strickland, but I'm going with Sam Laporta. He's still 24 as it is right now.
Okay.
Sammy Laporta.
But honestly, he's going to be one of those names after a while. I know he's going to bounce back after this injury-riddled season that he's had before, but he's going to bounce back, and he's going to be one of those names that you're going to be like, this is a household tight end name that you're going to remember. You sit here and talk about Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and everyone else. He is going to be one of those names that you are going to remember for a very long time on this Lions team.
And shout out IT Hips. He agrees with you. As soon as you said Laporta, he dropped Laporta in the chat.
Laporta.
That's my guy.
You just wonder if Laporta is going to be a victim to how good this offense is, though. Because it's just so many targets. Jared Goff is the type of quarterback that likes to spread the ball around. Like, where is the targets going to be for Laporta? Every time we match up and say, okay, what are the stat predictions for everybody? When we get to Laporta, I'm just like, damn, I can't really see him going over 1,000 because we said 1,000 for everybody else, you know? So do you think that he'll be a victim to that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it. I think he's going to have a bigger role this year because of the fact he's not hurt, but he doesn't have the explosiveness to really be that go-to weapon for us. Like everyone else on this team is so explosive. he's just that safety blanket.
Yeah, but he's a high IQ player, and has some of the surest hands of any tight end in the league. And to JB's point, like, his play style will dictate him being a top 5 tight end in this league, but the numbers may not back it up, and that's what I worry about. I feel like, because this offense is so loaded, the stats might not necessarily back up what we're saying, but his play, if you watch him, you'll be like, oh, yeah, he's one of the best tight ends in the league, if not the best.
I think that's going to be the story of his career, is the fact that he's played with such great weapons, that he always was just the safety blanket that teams forgot about, and he would have huge games because teams wouldn't play him. But he's not that dude like the rest of the guys on our offense, and he is a dude. Like, he's really
absolutely
good. He's already a top 5 tight end in the NFL, but he's just there's only so many yards that can go around.
Right.
All right, Wings, Pistons, or Tigers?
We'll do Wings, man. Why not?
All right,
you the Wings guy. We'll let you lead off.
Want me to lead off?
Yeah.
Axel, Sandy, and Palenka.
Oh,
not even in the NHL yet.
Okay.
This kid's so special, man. When I watch him play, you could because the difference between European ice and North American ice is very big.
Yeah,
they add a couple feet on each side, so he's a very skilled player who needs space. So it's been challenging for him to adjust to the North American game, but you see it. Like, you just see the level of play that he has to his game, where he could push offense, and that's something from a defenseman that you need in this current NHL landscape. And when I talked to him, he was like, I felt it. I had more time. I just need to take the time. And when players recognize that in hockey, that's when a flip switches.
Yeah.
Or switch flips. And he's going to get it. I'm excited to watch him on Friday as he plays in Game 3 of their playoff series.
Okay. Chase, I'll go to you because you're the next best hockey head in the room. Go ahead.
Talking about the Red Wings prospects?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
who has the highest ceiling?
I mean, you could take Raymond, or you could take Sider, or you could take Edmondson. Like, they're all on the team. Everyone knows how I am about ASP.
I think I got my name.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite player I've talked about throughout the season is Simon Edmondson. I like the blend of his size and his ability. I think he's kind of like a hybrid between the offensive abilities of someone like ASP, not quite to that same upside as far as like the ceiling, but I think his floor is a little bit closer to what ASP's is, and then also he has a little bit more of like the tenacity, the ferocity on defense, a little bit more physical in the way that like a Mo-Sider can be. So he's 6'6", so I really like that size and what his potential could be as far as one of our top pairing defensemen for the next 5-10 years, however long he gets to be a part of this organization. Somebody who's in the AHL right now, who I'm still really excited about though, defensively, is William Wallander. He's another really big Swede who I think is someone we haven't been hearing as much about lately over the last year or so, but I think that's just because everybody's getting really excited about ASP. I think Wallander is going to be a name who comes in and similar to Albert Johansson is a bit of like a fresh a fresh face in here, gets the juices flowing for the guys hopefully, and he's just hopefully he can be a little bit more productive than Justin Holl was for us. I'm really just looking at some of the young defenders to take a step up, so that way we don't have to put Justin Holl on the ice ever again in a Red Wings sweater.
Okay.
I personally question whether or not Wallander is an NHL defenseman. When I went to go see him play,
wasn't looking right.
He seemed stiff, and he seemed like he was the third best defenseman on the team.
Damn.
And he's been there the longest. So I don't have a lot of...
You're giving up faith.
It's still there because he has potential. But, I mean, he was making some pretty bad mistakes. Yeah. And I think that even Anton Johansson, who we drafted in the 4th round, 2023, he even looked better than him. And he's the same build and size as Wallander. So we'll see. I don't want to call it off on Wallander yet, but it just seems like he's getting to a point where I don't know if he even is going to crack the Wings roster.
Damn,
that's rough.
He keeps going up and down and can't find his legs. And like Edmondson and Johansson both found their legs at some point coming up here in the last 2 years. So we'll see. I don't want to put the sword in him yet, but
I got you.
I'm losing faith.
Yeah, so for my player, I'll let you guys, break it down further, but I would say Kosa. Because you really need good goalie play, and that's something that the Red Wings have been lacking for quite some time now. I mean, we went through the Husso experience that went poorly. Cam Talbot has been good, but is he really a leading goalie in this league at this point in his career? So I don't think you want him to be your number one. So I think Kosa, man, I think it's a lot of high hopes riding on him. And if he can come in and just, give you that sense of relief in net, then I feel like that'll go a long way in the Red Wings development, because that's been one of the problems for a few years now. So I'll let y'all break that down further. What do you think the upside is for Kosa?
I think the upside for Kosa is that he is an NHL starter. I think the floor for Kosa is that we trade him. It's the same thing with Wallander. He still looks stiff and like he's not comfortable playing at the pro level. And it's getting to a point where, I know goalies take longer than players, but it's getting to a point where if you bridge another time to another goalie, you're going to bridge to Augustine. You're not going to bridge to Kosa.
I got you.
And Yzerman was talking about having to sign another bridge contract for a goalie. If it's another bridge contract, then you might as well trade Kosa.
Yeah.
And me and Spenny will get more into that on Woodward Wings. Shout out.
Okay.
Drop it Saturday morning, because we talked about that last week, and I wouldn't doubt that it's on the table because of the fact Steve Yzerman said that he offered high-end prospects in trades.
Yeah.
And so
How long has he been in the system?
3 years.
3 years? Okay.
3 full years. And there hasn't really been a significant improvement.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of just been like,
he's had some ice time.
Just been level.
Yeah, he's had some ice time. I know he hasn't had a lot of ice time, but I felt like he at least looked okay in spots. But overall,
when he's on, he's very good. It's just is he on?
Okay.
The other big name goalie from that draft who went in the first round, Jesper Weltz, who I think some people were assuming the Red Wings would take when they actually traded up and selected Kosa. He hasn't seen significant time in the NHL either. So if people want to complain about the timeline, look at the other goalies in the same draft class. They're right along the same trajectory. And I think next year is roughly when you might start to see Weltz get that step to maybe 15 to 20 games of NHL action, maybe more. But I think you'll start to see him really get that cup of coffee next year.
Yeah.
And that's roughly when people are starting to expect to see Kosa getting a little bit more action than that half game he saw earlier in the year due to injury.
Right.
Yeah, what just sucks for me is I just question whether or not he is he's even ready to get the cup of coffee in the NHL yet.
Damn.
And that's where he's gonna need a big off season and a good training camp.
Yeah.
And
do you think they need to add another goalie though in the meantime?
No.
Just ride it out?
No, depends on the goalie.
Yeah. Facts.
If we're getting a goalie that could actually win you a playoff series, then that's a different conversation.
I hear you.
And I got killed for the goalie that I want in March during the trade deadline. So I'm not gonna reveal that here, but I will reveal it on Woodward Wings.
Hey, stay tuned. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. JB, who we gotta say what up to, dog?
We gotta say what up to Mad Packs.
Hey, shout out to the good people over at Mad Packs, and I'm here to tell you about the hottest new cannabis brand, and they are partnering with your boys over here at Woodward Sports, and you know what that means. I'm going to be high all spring and summer long off the Mad Packs, and they are going to take my game to the next level, and they can do that for you too. High-Low is getting you high for the low, delivering top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. Hold up, wait a minute. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.
Is a live resin-infused tarantula. This one's the bomb. Blizzard packs, THC moon rocks that hit like a blizzard. Coming to select retailers this month. Make sure you stay tuned to Woodward Sports for all the latest updates.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season.
And take advantage of our $20 haircut special.
Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit. Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Well, when you dominate the digital space the way that Woodward Sports does, you're going to dominate every single platform. So make sure you follow us there on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, Twitter, or I already said Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. For the latest sports news, live updates, and behind-the-scenes action, don't miss out. Hit the follow button now and be a part of Detroit's #1 digital sports network at Woodward Sports on all platforms. Welcome to Wake Up Woodward.
Wake up!
I'm Justice Atala, and I'm joined by KG, JB, and Cavassier Chase in the sound booth. And we're just having a good time chatting all Detroit sports on a Thursday afternoon. So make sure if you like us or you don't, still drop a like.
Right.
Comment. Hey, it can be a
hate
comment.
watch us, man.
We don't care.
We appreciate y'all hate watching
We
us.
love the hate comments.
Yeah,
honestly.
come on, man.
So
keep it coming.
And hit the sub button. We appreciate you so much. We wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for you guys. So let's get into it. We got the Pistons and we got the Tigers left for the highest ceiling of a player under 24.
I mean, besides Cade.
Besides Cade.
Yeah.
We got to throw that caveat.
Right, like, come on now.
All right, so take it away. Take the Pistons one away.
All right, so highest ceiling on the Pistons, not named Cade Cunningham. I think you got to go with Jalen Duren. Cause I want to say Jaden Ivey, I really do, but it's just you don't know if the team really views him long term as a solution at the 2 guard. I do like a lot of things that Ivey brings to his game. He's improved a lot over this season, although it was cut short by injury. But you saw an improvement from the field. You saw an improvement defensively. You saw an improvement from 3-point range. And you saw an improvement in confidence. He was always somebody that, he doesn't play scared, so I don't want to say that, but you definitely saw more of a relaxed Jaden Ivey this year. He was even able to go out and win a couple games for you, and I felt like that was huge in his development. It's just a damn shame that his season got cut short. He was second on this team in points, 17 points a game. That's nothing to sneeze at, man. And then some of his averages, they look pretty good, man, and you just wonder, can he be that long-term number 2 next to Cade Cunningham? Because Cade is going to need a 20-plus point a game score next to him in order for the Pistons to take that next step. Can Jaden Ivey be that? We still don't know just yet, although he did make a lot of improvements this year. So
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Jalen Duren, big piece of this team's future. Shout out to Tommy K, though, for showing us some love in the chat. We appreciate it. But I'm going to go with the Sar Thompson.
Okay.
And I love the fact of how athletic he is, and this was such a raw version still of a Sar Thompson. Like, he's
Very
still
raw.
so raw. He's so dependent on getting the ball in the right spot offensively. He's obviously defensively. Everyone knows how good he is in that regard, and the athleticism's off the charts. But I'm excited to see him with a full NBA offseason. Like Kool-Aid was talking about, he's been shut down. He's been had short off seasons. He hasn't really had the time to really put into his jumper with the shooting coach, who has done a phenomenal job so far. And I would expect him to get to a point where in the next couple of years, his 3-point shot should be around an NBA level.
Right.
Is that a fair point to say, where you can trust him to take 2 or 3 open threes a game and hit 1 or 2 of them?
Yeah, you would hope so.
Like on a small clip with relatively high efficiency.
Yeah, because he's going to get the looks. They're going to leave him out there until further notice, so he's going to have the opportunities. You would like him to go out there and hit 1 or 2 a game. I mean, that would be great if he can develop.
And I'd love for him to take some time in the lab with Cade and learn how to get that body position and that body control that Cade has in the paint.
Yeah.
Seeing Asar be able to take it to the paint and hit some turnaround jumpers, some post hooks, even just a midi, would just add this another level to his game where he's not so dependent on back cuts and transitional points. And even then, that would boost his averages and make him more of a threat in an all-around offensive capacity. So I really think Asar Thompson has just a leap. Like, I already see what Jalen Duren's doing. He's going to be a great center.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a lot like Bam Adebayo.
I think he can develop into that, and we'll get more into that in a second, but I'll let you finish your Asar point.
That's it.
Yeah,
I just got faith in Asar.
Nah, so Asar, man, it's really just about how good can his offense develop into, because he does have some stuff in his bag. Like you said, the athleticism is off the charts. You give him the ball at half court, and he can literally just drive downhill and get whatever he wants, and he's able to also facilitate. Although he isn't clean, at times, he's somebody that can push the ball up for you. He's somebody that in spots, if his offense can develop, you maybe can even run the offense through. But that will be the next step in his evolution. Can you develop a mid-range? Can you develop, a three that you can hit at maybe a 30% clip? It doesn't have to be all that great, but at times you need to make teams pay whenever they leave you out there. But shout out to Weezy D313, man. You already on your bullshit, man. I see you. I'll tell you one thing, it damn sure ain't Duren. And listen, dog, I really feel like it can get there. The only real improvements he needs to make is lateral quickness, of course, because sometimes when he gets out there on the perimeter, he tends to get cooked. But down low, he can be a monster defensively. It's really just about his offense. And in a lot of ways, I was saying the same stuff about Andre Drummond when he was a Piston, because he was so great rebounding the basketball, being a presence down low. Even defensively, he wasn't nothing to sneeze at, but he can never really get the offensive part of his game down. He never really developed that little hook shot that he was trying to, make. He never could get like that 14, 15-foot jumper. And that's why Andre Drummond essentially didn't work here on top of other things. But I would say the same thing for Duren. If he can just develop a mid-range shot, maybe a post game to some degree to where he can turn people around after backing them down, I feel like he'll be in a better position for that. And I do think that's his ceiling. He can be a Bam Adebayo type if he can just develop the jump shot. But that's the next stage in his development.
Yeah, I agree. And he hit some clutch free throws down the stretch in Game 6. So the clutch gene is there. And when you hit free throws at a high clip, I mean, it's just a matter of time before you develop that jump shot, in my opinion. Chase, highest ceiling on the Pistons, not named Cade Cunningham.
I want to say Ron Holland just because of the athleticism.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that we'll just be able to see his offensive game and his shot develop a little bit more. I think Asar is also very athletic, but I think his effectiveness, the further away he gets from the basket, is gonna decrease a little bit. And I don't know how much Fred Vincent's gonna be able to help fix his shot outside of what he's been able to do so far. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully a whole off season of him being healthy and being able to work on his game, and then a whole season of him being on the floor might change that. Herb Jones, was someone who didn't have the best shot in New Orleans, and I know like in college my buddy ended up making a pretty good profit just betting like a Herb Jones over a half made three a game.
Oh, wow.
He was able just to just get it good enough to make one shot from the corner. So if Asar can get to that, that'd be nice. But I think Ron Holland overall has the best bag to be Cade's Robin if it's not Jaden Ivey.
Ooh, you think he's the Robin?
I think he has the best bag to be that if it's not Jaden Ivey.
Oh shit!
Man,
if
that's
the caveat, if it's not Jaden Ivey, but I do agree with you though. That's nasty, man. If Ron can develop, you just really like what he can do. He can be a great two-way player in this league for a long time. And even if he don't get the long-range shot, his play style kind of reminds me of a DeMar DeRozan. He can be that type of player in this league if he can just develop offense inside the arc. Overall, though, just all around, you do like the potential that he has. I really like that Ron Holland answer. I do.
I do as well. Jay Bizzle?
I think I got to agree with you guys as well, too, with Asar Thompson. Just off of this past playoff series that we've seen as well, too. You've seen him, just dominate on defense. And obviously, Justin, you talked about his athleticism as well, too. He's still learning. He's still getting better year by year, season by season. So just give him a little bit more time. And honestly, I think he could be Cade's Robin, apparently, at this point as it is. and I got to look out and make sure Stick's not around if we talk any slander about Jaden Ivey. So,
but we're not slandering him. But
that's true. But
we just don't know.
talking down about Jaden Ivey, and we don't know just yet what we get out of him coming this next season. So hopefully it's better. But for me, I'm going with Asar Thompson.
I can't believe no one picked Jaden Ivey.
I mean,
it's like I wanted to though, but
do you really feel like you already know who he is? And
no, I don't, and that's the big question, because this year he was trending towards looking like a much improved player, but it got cut short like kind of early in the season. So there are still questions as to can Jaden Ivey really take that next step up, because at this point I think the clearest need on this Pistons team is secondary scoring. I think everybody knows that. If you watch the playoffs, that is what they lack the most, is just another guy that can go out there and get a bucket. And if Jaden Ivey can be that, then by all means. But you do have decisions coming up in the next couple of years. Do you want to sign him, to that rookie max? Do you want to give him that money? And if you do, it has to be the right decision. So I still have questions. I do. But I love Jaden Ivey. I don't hate Jaden Ivey. That's just misrepresented.
Yeah, I see. I would have figured that someone would say it because of the fact that you still don't know. I mean, he showed great potential when he was in the lineup last year, 17 points per game, but he obviously still has more levels that he can add to his game.
Absolutely,
and that is honestly scary. The way that if you really break it down and you look at the Pistons,
it's a good problem to have, man.
And you see how much youth they have to develop and how many guys who could develop into dudes who at the minimum are going to be effective NBA players and effective NBA starters, not all of them. But we're just at a point where who's going to take that leap? Is it going to be Ivey? Is it going to be Holland? Is it going to be Thompson? Is it going to be Duren? Who's going to take that step and be the Robin and really just be that dude for Cade? And if no one takes that step up in the next couple of years, there will be a massive trade.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And even Duren, there's still questions around him too. Make no mistake about it. I'm not just up here, trying not to pick Ivey. Duren has questions as well, but we did get a full sample size of what Jalen Duren can be, especially when he improves his play. He started off the season not so hot. The way he finished was like you were really impressed with the turnaround that he made defensively and even to a degree offensively at times. So, no, I think there is still certainly questions around this team, but you have more answers now than you ever did before. So, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a great time to be a Pistons fan. I mean,
no, absolutely.
The
future is very bright.
Yep. Especially because you're also in the position to make those moves. A lot of the teams that are better than you are now handcuffed, and they're going to have to start, retooling their teams, and like the Celtics are going to be put in that position. They're already talking about trading Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll have to see as we go into the offseason. But, JB, who we got to say what up to?
Oh, we have to say what up to Jars, so that's over to me.
Hey, tell them about Jars, JB.
Hey, shout out to Jars. All right, sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or simply chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest line of recreational cannabis products. 27 locations across the state, 9 alone in Metro Detroit, so there's always one close nearby you. But don't fear, because if you live in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, Michigan, stores are popping up your way very, very soon. If you don't have time to check out their products in-store, always look them up online at jarscannabis.com or check out their Instagram at jars_life for new updates, because you know what? I know you want to get high.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your number one online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Les Stanford Buick and GMC. Listen up, y'all. They got great offers for people looking to get in vehicles right now. Don't wait, man. Get a 2025 Envision all-wheel drive for $259 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra double cab elevation for only $169 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for only $699 per month. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick and GMC, LesStanford.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Justice Ottawa, and I am joined by KG, JB, and Cavassier Chase in the sound booth. We are having a great Thursday morning. I feel
Something
like it's
like
the
that.
afternoon.
Right.
What is going on?
All these days blend together.
Yeah, they
it's
really
so
are.
hard. I am not
bro.
used to waking up in the morning, but it's okay. We are here, and we're having a great time. So make sure if you're enjoying, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a sub. It all
That like
helps.
button, man. Stop playing with us,
Especially
man.
if you
We
want to
doing
see
good
me
work.
and KG on the desk again. We appreciate it so much. But
I mean, KG, should we satisfy that like button?
Oh shit! You know, I feel kind of dirty doing it without Kool-Aid here, man. But go ahead, man. DJ, we go ahead and drop that, man. Why not, man? Let's satisfy that like button, because it seems like the chat may need a little bit of encouragement, man. Sometimes you just need that JOI, you know.
Stepping out.
Yeah, sometimes you need to be encouraged. So listen, go ahead and hit that like button, man. Real nice and real smooth. Can you get it up for us, man? Can you get that like button number up for us today, man? We working hard in here, so work hard for us too, man. Let's both sweat it out.
Elite. That's so elite. Shout out to Kool-Aid and Flannel and Broder for
Big shout out,
everything
yes.
they do, and we appreciate them.
Miss
We miss
Broder,
them.
man. I miss having Broder.
Dude,
on
that's
the
why
show.
I like working the Sunday morning show.
Yeah.
I know that I kind of got roped into that, but
Yeah.
I like being around T-Foss, Broder, and Sean. There's a lot of knowledge in that on that
big facts.
Sunday morning show. So make sure you check that out as well.
Yep.
That show,
Lions Weekly Update.
Yeah, it's
drops every Sunday.
really
It's a fire
a
show.
lot of fun to be a part of as well.
Yeah, man.
But we
Shout out
got
to
to talk
all three of them.
about. I was about to say the best team in Detroit, but the Lions are the Detroit Tigers.
I mean, argue they the best team in Detroit right
like
now.
the best team in Detroit
Right now, they are the best team in Detroit.
I mean, hey, if they win the AL,
yeah,
they take that title. Like
Yeah.
they will hold that title until the Lions win the NFC Championship. So that will be an interesting narrative to watch out for in the fall when the Tigers are in pursuit of the pennant. But there's a lot of potential on this team. Almost every player on this team that is a contributor is under the age of 24.
Yeah.
So I want to know who you think has the highest ceiling.
It's a lot you can choose from here. Who has the highest ceiling? I would say I'm stuck between two people right now, and Torque being one of them, but I also have a pitcher. I'm thinking about Jackson Jobe. I think those two maybe have the highest ceilings on the team to this point. And with Torque, we already know the story, man. You know, he had the 30 home run year, looked like he was going to turn the corner. He was a 1-1 guy coming out of college, and he broke all kind of records in college, so you kind of thought that his trajectory would be fast-tracked to a degree. But then he slumped the next couple years after that, and he put the Tigers in a position to where they had to put pressure on him to be better, because you didn't know whether he was going to be a part of this team going forward. Now I would say that he has established himself as one of the core pieces of this team, and his trajectory could be one of the best first basemen in all of baseball, especially from a power hitting perspective. But you like how his defense has come along as well. He doesn't look completely lost at first base anymore. He's able to make a lot more of those routine plays. He's not having as many errors. I think that, if he continues to develop at this pace, and if he can finish this year, let's say with a 800 OPS, I think he only gets better from there. Like, he could be challenging 900 OPS type numbers if he can really just be consistent at the plate with his discipline and just continue to be the torque that we have seen this year, man. I think you just scratching the surface if he is that 1-1 guy that we drafted. So, but Jackson Jobe, he has some of the best stuff on this team. He just hasn't realized it yet. And I do understand, he hasn't looked good lately, but it's still very, very early in this process. That was only his 6th start of his career. He has a lot more to go, but once again, he has to take his lumps. He has to go out there and face real MLB bats in order to get better. But that cutter is insane. His fastball, it has movement. He has so much good stuff in his repertoire. Like, I don't want to stop that in any way. I want him to continue to grow, because I feel like his ceiling could be another Justin Verlander type of pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. And we love Tarik Skubal. We don't know what the future is on Skubal, but if Jackson Jobe can come up in the next 2 to 3 years here and establish himself as one of the best young pitching prospects in the game, then I think that, if you were to lose a Skubal, maybe he could be your ace one day.
Yeah, I think Jobe has extremely high ceiling, especially when you talk about guys like Chris Federer in the locker room with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's learning from Tarik Skubal, Jack Flaherty, 2 veterans who have done anything you could possibly accomplish in the game of baseball. Cy Young winner for Tarik Skubal, and Jack Flaherty won a World Series. So
right,
really, really great guys to learn from. And then to add to your torque point, because I was going to say torque, what I love about torque is his ability to hit right-handers.
Yeah.
Still hitting 814 OPS against right-handed pitching. And that's being able to slug from both sides of the plate is so big. He actually has the same amount of home runs off righties as he does against lefties.
Yeah.
And he's on pace to have 40 home runs, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Torque
if we're talking about a guy who is a pencil in for 40 home runs a year.
Yeah.
Torque
needs to become the consistent 3 or 4 hitter on this team.
No doubt.
Because Riley Green, he is your star. He looks like he's going to be the best hitter for this Tigers team going forward. But from a power perspective, you need somebody behind Riley Green that can make pitchers pay. And I think that can be Torque, but that needs to be his ceiling going forward. If he could develop at first base defensively, that would be great. That way you don't have to DH him every time. But that needs to be where he's at going forward from after this season on, I feel like.
I agree. And then I'm gonna transition because I like Dylan Dingler.
I'm not mad at that.
Dingler is got a lot of good defensive catcher. He's got a nice bat to him. And then because the catcher market is so scarce, he easily has best catcher in the league potential because there's just not a lot of good catchers out there, and he's so young. So he has that ceiling, and his floor is a solid bat that you can throw in the 7-6 hole in your lineup that's going to hit over 800 OPS and plus defensive catcher, which is what any MLB team would take at the catcher position. So I'm going to go there, and then I'm also going to go with Max Clark. I ain't even think about the kids.
Just you got a lot of
continues to rake.
Yeah, you got a lot of potential, and Kevin McGonigal and Bryce Rayner and Max Clark, man. That next wave of guys that's going to come up, they maybe could be the real future for this Tigers team.
And there's nothing guaranteed, but we're talking about highest ceilings here, and these are guys with the quality where we drafted, especially Max Clark at.
Yeah.
It should pay high-end dividends when he is finally ready.
It needs to, because this Wyatt Langford argument, I'm sick of it.
I get it. Sick of that argument.
I get it, but I think Max Clark's ceiling is way higher than what Wyatt Langford can be.
Langford's just an everyday left fielder.
Exactly.
He's nothing special.
Right. Although he has moments to where he pops. You got to give him credit, but Max Clark, if he's that 5-tool player that we keep hearing that he is, and by all accounts, from what you've seen so far, he looks like he can be that dude. If he's that 5-tool player, then Sky Harris is a genius.
100%.
You got to give him credit for that.
100%. And Dingler's actually 26, so.
Oh, well. Yeah, but I'm still not mad at that, though.
Shout out Skydog for the correction. Cavassier, highest potential on the Tigers, or ceiling on the Tigers.
Is this still the under 25 or like 26 caveat?
Under 25.
Again, I'd have to double check everybody's ages off the top of my head. I don't really remember.
The only people that don't qualify are Dingler, Kerry Carpenter, and Skubal, and Javi.
I got you. Well, I would say on the current team, I'm gonna go with Jackson Job, just because like we've been built around the pitching, and hopefully, like if whether or not we're able to re-sign Skubal, like Jackson Job is on this team, and he is going to be, like, you know, in 2 years, and you know, still, you know, regardless of if Skubal still is or not. So I think if we're able to hang on to him and have him develop to, you know, close to where Skubal is as one of the top pitchers in baseball, that'll help us at least be able to extend whatever window we're able to squeeze out of this roster.
I completely agree. I love both of your guys' points on Jackson Job. I think that's very quality analysis by both of you, and
appreciate that.
His ceiling is through the roof.
Yeah.
JB, do you want to tap in on this Tigers conversation?
Oh, no, you guys are good. My bad. I was over here trying to fix some stuff.
I know you're cooking over there, man.
Yeah, always. Shout out my boy JB.
But yeah, I mean, this team's. It's kind of crazy to think about how high the potentials of all these teams are. Like, we've been talking about for years how bad the city's been and how they've had to look to the future, and it's always about the prospects. But now that the prospects are here on every team, and you're starting to see them all hit kind of their stride, where a lot of them are getting to be like 24 and beginning to be established in the league, and all these teams are proving that they are could be championship level contenders in every sport. You have the Lions, who are currently there. You have the Tigers, who are on pace to be there and have the metrics as of right now to be a World Series contender. You have the Pistons, who just tripled their win total. Their entire core is under the age of 24, including their star player, Cade Cunningham. And then the Red Wings are the biggest dumpster fire of them all, but they're not even necessarily a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
They were a couple points out of the playoffs.
Right.
They have a really young team.
Yeah.
And they just continue to build every single year. And yeah, this might have been the first year that there wasn't a linear growth that you can plant a flag on, but they still got better.
Yeah.
But because of the growth of Lucas Raymond, Moritz Seider, Simon Edvinson, Johansson.
Yeah.
The list goes on. It's just it's actually crazy how good this city is about to be, and we're about to be turned up. There's going to be a point where all four teams are playoff teams, and all four teams are honestly championship contenders. That's what really irks me about the playoff debate is I don't care about making the playoffs if I'm getting pimped in the first round.
Exactly.
I wasn't trying to play Washington this year. Our team had glaring holes. When we played Washington in the regular season, we blew a huge lead and pissed the game away.
Right.
That would have been the whole series. It would have been infuriating to watch. And yeah, I would have liked to make the playoffs, to say that we made the playoffs. But at the end of the day, we have a better draft pick because of it, which will be in competition with the Canadians, because both of the teams are going to try to trade for a star in this offseason. So we have the better draft pick to offer them. And it's going to be great at one point. It just sucks to be patient. And I'm impatient. Like, I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to get pissed off. But
a lot of people are. And, as somebody that, kind of, realize that it takes longer in hockey, from listening to you guys, on Big D Energy and Woodward Wings, the hockey process can be longer, but I don't think we need to lose faith, because the only team that really had linear success is the Lions. Like, just in terms of year to year to year getting better. The Tigers popped out of nowhere. The Pistons popped out of fucking nowhere. Like, and it could be the same thing with the Red Wings, although, like you said, every step of the way has been linear growth up until this year. This was the first real sign of regression, and there's a lot of things that you can point to that. You had a coach that, you kind of knew what the writing on the wall was with Newsy, but you held on to him. You started the season with him. What could this season have looked like if Todd had been in charge from the jump? We don't know. You had some performances, from some of your younger guys that were good early in the season. Then you had some regressions after the Four Nations. There's a lot of things that you can point to, and also you can call out Steve, his free agent moves. That's been the biggest point of the discussion with them. I don't think you should give give up on the Wings, though. Like, we're right there.
No, we are right
and
there.
if the prospects pan out like some of the prospects have already panned out with this team, I think the future is bright for the Wings as well, man. They could very well be one of the most talented younger teams that we have. And seeing that I answered the question earlier, the wrong question. What do you think? Who do you think is the highest ceiling as a team going forward? Not name the Lions.
Not name the Lions?
Who has the highest ceiling?
Oh, that's hard. In this situation, do we re-sign Scooble?
For shits and gigs, yes. Let's just say
The
they did
Tigers.
the damn thing. Yeah.
Easily the Tigers.
Okay.
If they keep Scooble, it's the Tigers. There's no
If
doubt
they
about
don't,
it's the Pistons.
okay.
Because they actually have the facilities and the factors to actually facilitate a game-changing move.
Yeah.
Like you can go over the salary cap. You have the young prospects if you want to trade them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not that far away.
Yeah.
Like they're a star away at this point.
And you're in control of your future draft picks as well, so that can
Exactly.
also help in the move.
With the Red Wings are, because hockey you just need so many more players. The Red Wings are 4 to 6 players away at this point, including a star.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So
yeah, that is kind of a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and some of them might be
So
in the system already in Grand Rapids, which I expect there to be some that come up this year and help this team, but there also has to be some moves in free agency. There has to be you should be expecting the Red Wings to sign 3 or 4 players in the offseason to help this team.
Yeah, because that seems to be the only way that they can really progress at this point is pretty much what you're telling me. Like, the young guys are good, but in order to accelerate this thing, they're going to have to do it through the free agent and trade market.
It's the whole Tigers thing. They needed to add quality veterans to lead the kids.
Yeah,
and
but
we just don't have enough quality veterans right now to lead the kids.
Right. But even in the Tigers case, they didn't add a lot, but what they've added has worked. Like, we all had questions in the offseason of, them not doing shit essentially besides Gleyber Torres, but even that move alone has changed what this Tigers team looks like.
Well, that's where they're going to have to get creative.
Right.
And that's where, that's why Steve Yzerman in his press conference was asked about offer sheets and if he's willing to go after one and willing to give up that draft capital to be able to sign a guy like that. He said, yes, we're willing to do whatever it takes to make this team better. So I do expect an aggressive offseason out of Stevie Y and really trying to get this really on track and ready where if worst case scenario, if they miss the playoffs again, they're in position with another $35-40 million in cap space in the next year to unload again.
Ooh.
And to really make this team if this team isn't a true contender in 2 years, then I'll start to actually have worry, because that's when you've had enough time to actually fix the big holes in this team.
Right.
And I'd expect in 2 off seasons with how much cap space they have in the next 2 years to do something about it.
No, that makes total sense. And shout out to
Tabitha Gable.
Tabitha, it's her
Hey,
birthday.
happy birthday, Tabitha. I didn't even realize. But shout out to Randall Smalls, $5 in the super chat. There has been rumors that there is a 10-year, $400 million deal on the table for Scooble.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Do you think that's true?
I don't know if that's true.
Would Chris Illich ever?
Why would he leak it? That's my question. Why would he leak it?
To prove that he can spend money. That's why.
It may be some merit to that, what JB saying. Like, maybe you are trying to get that narrative that you are willing to spend. And basically, when you leak shit like this, you're speaking directly to the agent. You're not really speaking to the public. You're trying to let that agent know, hey, we are willing to go this far, but the terms have to be right. So I think it's just a game of cat and mouse right now. Like, we saw Scooble finally be committal to the city of Detroit with this letter that he penned in spring training to the team and to the fans. So he appears that he wants to be here, but I think there is some semantics going on between, the agent and ownership. They're trying to figure out, what the ground workings of a deal could look like. But Scott Boras, I think he's taking Scooble to market. Like, it just makes the most sense at this point because that's where you're going to get your most money. It would suck, man. It would suck to see Scooble not on this team anymore.
Yeah, it really would suck. And Larkin's not getting traded. Let's just get out of that train of thought now.
Yeah.
JB, who we got to say what up to, though?
We have to say what up to Mark White.
Mark White.
Gonna do you right.
Hey, shout out to the good people over at Mark White. And if I can just find my read, there it is. Dreaming of a new home, but feeling the financial pinch? Well, listen, Mark White got you, man. Call him right now today, 248-290-8242. If you call him today, tell him you're trying to get in a new home. They will pay for up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right. I said $5,000, but only if you call him today. Again, shout out Flannel Sam, 248-290-8242, or visit them at markwhitesales.com to make your housing dreams come true.
Big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. Scan the QR code on screen. Use code word Woodward1000. You can deposit up to $1,000, but all you have to do is place a minimum of a $20 bet, and if it doesn't hit, Caesars is so cool, they will throw it right back into your account with no questions asked.
Way.
Hey, if you bet on the Celtics yesterday, guess what? That 20 is right back into your account to double down again today. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. Do yourself a favor and make some money tonight.
Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. I am Justin Satawa, and I am joined on the desk by my brother, KG,
Damn right.
JB, and Cavassier Chase are all in the building as well. And make sure you tap that like button and hit the sub button if you are not already. We appreciate it so much. And leave a comment about how much you love me and KG on the desk, or hate it. We don't care.
Right.
We just want
Hey,
the
we
comments.
ain't going nowhere, so
Yeah, so-
you got to deal with it.
Either way.
Hit play or keep scrolling.
So happy birthday again to Tabitha Gable. We appreciate you.
big happy
celebrating
birthday.
your birthday with us here at Woodward Sports. And also shout out to Phil. I did check out the back of the guitar. The drawing is pretty sweet of the Woodward Sports logo.
Yeah, shout out Phil, man.
Yeah.
He been on his best behavior the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Shout out Phil.
He's been a vibe.
Maybe it's because Sam not here.
Oh, I miss Flannel though. Flannel's
man.
such a good guy. I can't.
Flannel
I
wa-
need to see White Claw Flannel again. That was elite.
It's funny that when he went away, Riley Green started fucking tearing the cover off the
Stay
ball.
in Ireland, Flannel.
Right.
For the greater good of Riley Green, stay in Ireland.
Holy shit.
I also apologize for not cashing my my most runs in the MLB bet yesterday.
Damn.
The Dodgers got me.
And that's crazy. The Tigers put up 8 runs, too.
The Dodgers put up 10, though.
Damn.
I was close.
Damn.
It was, when we started buzzing in the 10th, I was a little excited.
Right.
And then I even forgot about it. And then when I went to sleep, because I was like watching in my bed, I woke up at 3 in the morning. Like I said, I was wired, and I checked my phone, and I was like, did I hit my bet? And I like double checked for a second time at 3 in the morning, and I didn't hit it. So That might be true degenerate hours right there.
Oh,
Checking
yeah,
a
big
bet
facts.
after waking up at 3 in the morning.
Big facts. Some people in this room have done it, so I'll just say that. It be like that sometimes.
Justin and the owner is enjoying the extra money he gets to keep. I don't even know what that comment means. I just saw my name. So
just read it.
But whatever. Anyway, it's time to cook up. JB, take it away, brother. Unless
right.
KG wants to give you an intro.
Let's do it.
And now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. Bum, bum, bum. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
Everybody give it up for Timeless Jeremy Bryant.
What's up, chat family? What's going on, everybody? Fellas, I got some stories for you guys. First, I got to show you this. Even though Easter is done, this story just came out that a man is accused of hiding weed-filled Easter eggs around Texas.
Oh, shit. Shout out.
And sharing them like a scavenger hunt. My man posted tips and clues on Facebook on where you could find these Easter eggs that he just scattered around Texas for Easter. Like, is this a good friend or a bad friend?
No, this man should be celebrated. He is bringing popularity back to Easter, especially for adults, because let's be real, we don't care about Easter, bro. Once you get past a certain age, Easter is
This
just
guy's
like
a man of the people.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, but this puts that excitement back in Easter that we used to have as kids, bro. Like you hiding weed eggs all over Texas, bro, and creating a scavenger hunt online. That's fire, dog.
That is fire.
That's marketing genius right there. That's marketing genius, dog.
He's the literal Weedster bunny. Like,
yeah.
He just goes around dropping eggs with weed in them. That's dope.
Chase, is it you? That seemed like something you would do.
I agree.
You do this, Chase.
Is this man you, Chase?
No.
Have you been to Texas recently?
I don't think I've ever been to Texas before.
Yeah, that's a different place down there, man. I'll just say that. But
it's a different place, different environment. Shout out to this guy. He is in trouble as it is, but just to let you know, he's out there just dropping Easter eggs like a scavenger hunt. Anyway, fellas,
fire. Next
time you go over your friend's house and you see this, I just got to know, where are you shooting from? Where are you shooting from? Is it the 3-point line? No. Is it a free throw? What are we doing?
So
there's no way you can make it in there without hitting the back of the toilet. What are we talking about?
That is, yeah.
I'm going for the air ball. I'm a respectable human being.
That backboard is probably disgusting. I hope you fucking Clorox that thing every day.
and what, do you take an upper decker to try to hit a swish?
Yeah, that's what.
Going number 2.
When you take a shit, do you sit on the rim? Like, are you trying to,
that's a slam dunk.
Shit on the deck.
That's a slam dunk right there.
Shit hanging off the deck.
This was not thought out.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. But I see what he was trying to do, though.
See, he was a little clever.
See what he was trying to do. Let's just keep it on the wall like normal people.
Yeah,
let's just keep it on the wall, bro.
It's a little clever out there. Coach
shit.
KG, I gotta throw this one over to you. What are you doing if you see this young man doing this after trying to attempt a shot?
Come on, big dog.
Oh no.
Come on, big dog.
Get back on defense, man.
Oh no, you got you out the game and maybe off the team.
You have no idea how frequent that is in AAU games these days.
Oh, it's ridiculous,
like,
bro.
I saw this kid hit a layup with his phone in his hand, recording it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Got back on defense, stole the ball, dunked it with the phone in his hand, and then gave it to the guy. Back to the guy. It was utterly insane. I'll have to find the video and send it to JB for tomorrow for what's trending. But it is one of the wildest things I've ever seen in my life.
In his defense, at least he got back on defense and made the play. I mean, you got to give him that.
I will give him credit on that.
One hand, he had a phone in his hand the whole time?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Well,
bro.
I will say it was tapped away by one of his teammates, and he was able to pick it up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It gives him the steal, technically.
But if you like him and you're not making the play, then you off the team. Like, the only way you could get that off is if you're the star and if you're making plays like that. But that's crazy, man. This youth, man. You think you Steph Curry or somebody. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
The youth is basically self-marketing themselves pretty much every play out here with social media. And finally, I will end what's trending with this. Another tough guy in training. But please, please know, always when you go to the gym, have a spotter.
Come on, TGT. Shit. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's just pain.
I always hate the gym.
Bro, look at
fails,
his
bro.
ribs, bro. He could have easily broke multiple ribs.
Oh.
God.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, that's
brutal.
bad.
That's brutal, man. At least he was able to get up and walk away from it, but god damn.
Yeah, I think you're done from the gym for that day.
Yeah, come on, dog. If you lifting that heavy, you got to have a spotter. That's just common sense. Once again, fucking tough guys, man. TGTs.
Another tough guy in training. That's it for what's training, you guys. Let's hop into some mailbag while we got some time. And also, we got to pay some bills with some sponsors before we get out of here as well, too.
Hey, everybody, drop your mailbag questions in the chat right now. We will read some of these off before we get up out of here. But, JB, where are we going?
We got to say what up to the White Claws tour and the massage chair.
Hey, okay, that's both of mine. And listen, that massage chair is sell itself, so I'll just start with the Tigers read, because that massage chair is absolutely fucking insane. But shout out to the White Claw Tigers tour. We are going to be touring some of the best bars in the state of Michigan and watching some Tigers, man. Why not? The Tigers are killing it right now. It's going to be a fun summer. Y'all want to be here with Woodward Sports as we go around to McShane's Irish Pub, Nemo's Bar, Second Best, and Old Miami. Be part of the fun and see our reactions live here on Woodward Sports Network to one of the hottest teams in baseball. The first one is going to be the heavyweights, Spencer and Easy. Shout out to them. Friday, May 23rd for the first watch party at McShane's Pub in Corktown. So make sure y'all are paying attention to that White Claw watch party, and it's brought to you by Easttown Distributors and Vin Johnson Law. And shout out to the Massage Chair House. I think we all are big fans of the Massage Chair House in this fucking building after yesterday. But looking to upgrade your relaxation game, check out the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, with top brands for massage chairs like Infinity and Osaki. Located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Book a visit at massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code on the screen right now and get you one of these fire massage chairs. If you got 15 grand, get the best damn massage chair on planet Earth that we got in studio.
What you waiting on?
Welcome back from that brief advertisement break. This is Wake Up Woodward. I am Justin Satawa. That is KG, JB, and Cavassier Chase. All are in the building. And we got a $2 super chat. Shout out to Burn. 405 pounds, unless those were fake or lighter weights. I think those were actual weights because the way that his ribs...
Yeah, you saw his chest caved in.
Yeah, that was... Oh. I don't wish that pain on anyone.
I wonder if he did injure his ribs. I mean, that's a lot of weight, bro.
Dude.
Yeah.
How do you even post that?
That's
my question. I know it goes viral, but like, is it worth it? Like, is it really worth it? Like showing people that you just got your ribs crushed.
Right, that you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Literally.
For some people, it's the thrill, man. The thrill of fucking getting that view.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, what's the dude who's like, shout out to all of my juggalos and juggalettes. And then he's like, fuck this shit. And then he like jumps onto like barbed wire, or he jumps onto like a microwave.
I have no clue who you're talking about. But
JB, you know what I'm talking about?
He sounds like a fucking menace. Get him off the street.
Somebody in the chat, you know what I'm talking about? Somebody in the chat, he's like a viral sensation. He's done videos for years.
Yeah, is he be dressing up like a juggalo too?
I can't remember what he dresses up like, but he just is this dude who jumps on stuff. He screams that like, this is all for all my juggalos and juggalettes, and then he screams, fuck this shit.
Oh
and then
my
god. It's crazy all the time.
Where has my world gone?
Like somebody in the chat's gonna know what I'm talking about.
These kids, man. Shout out to the kids, man.
All right.
Doing whatever for the
life. It was on like Tosh.0, like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Tosh.0, man. What happened to that show?
Yeah, what happened to that?
That was a fire show, bro.
That is a blast from the past.
Right.
We got a couple mailbags here. So, who has more? How many Kirby Joseph interceptions versus Davenport games played this season?
Wait, say that. Say that again.
Who has more? Kirby Joseph interceptions or Davenport games played?
I mean, come on.
Davenport games played. Fuck they talking about. Fuck they talking about. Davenport staying healthy, man. I'm banging the drum, man. I'm sick. All this goddamn, he does stay healthy. Yes, we know that. Let's move on. Let's hope that he plays at least 13 games this year. Damn.
KG
I want my
getting
team
a
to get to a
Davenport
fucking
jersey.
Super Bowl, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired.
Kirby have 13 last year.
Yeah.
That's a lot to repeat.
No, I thought he had, what, 11?
11?
Yeah, I thought he had 11. I could be wrong.
I'm going to
We can
go
look it
over.
up.
I don't want to say that I expect regression, but it's just
Double-digit
it's so hard
picks
to go
is-
double-digit picks in back-to-back
like,
years.
What are we talking about?
Even though he's going to have plenty of opportunity, and I think he gets close, I think Marcus Davenport's going to play 9 games. I mean, come on.
You gotta hope, bro.
Like,
you gotta
especially
hope.
if they have the faith in him. I have to believe. I have to. If not, I don't believe in Brad Holmes.
I'm manifesting, man. Marcus Davenport is going to play more than 10 games this year. And I'm not willing to go above that.
All right. That's fair. Rando Smalls asked if any of you fish, and I'm going to speak for KG and JB and go ahead and say that they don't fish.
I don't fish, but I have fished before.
Okay.
I've only done it one time. I did enjoy it the time that I did get to do it. I just haven't really had that person.
Just doesn't seem like an everyday activity for KG.
No, I would though.
You
like
would?
seriously, I swear to God, bro, because it's relaxing. I like being around big bodies of water. So like being on the water is very relaxing. You can go out there, smoke some, and just fish, man. Like and plus I love fish. So
I mean,
may be plausible, but
yeah, I have fished before. I will admit this was
Good
back when I
smelling
was
fish.
younger, but I have not done it recently. Although my friend has been asking me to come on their boat and fish with them, so I might just go on the boat just to hang out and probably do as you said, KG. Probably grab a smoke or two and then just chill and
smoke
vibe.
some brews and just.
But other than that, this is not
some
a
good
fishing-
music. Yeah,
I'm
like
not a fishing person.
Shit, fly to me.
Chase?
I grew up near a lake, so I've been fishing quite a bit. Yeah. Haven't been in a while, but
It's one of those things I might get into as I get older. You know, it's kind of one of those.
I could see you like living like a walk away from like a beach.
Oh,
I
yeah,
could just see you
big
like
facts.
walking down there, a couple joints.
Yes.
Just sit down there, like just watch the water.
Yes, queen.
You know, your old man fish tour. That's what it is.
I don't fish. I do.
You talking all that shit.
Yeah,
Look
I
at
know.
Richie Rich don't fish over here. He pays for all his fish to be brought to him.
No, I don't fish. I usually am surfing when I'm on the lake.
Oh, look at this guy. I'm a surfer, bro.
I don't fish. I surf, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking rocket power over here. Talking about surfing.
I knew there was no way to escape that.
I don't fish. I surf, bro.
Right. We are riders on a mission.
All right.
Shout out Rocket Power, man.
No, that was the show, though. Shout out, man.
I missed that show.
I missed that show for real.
squish.
Right. They would call all the
Twist,
people fucking shoebies, the ones that wear socks and sandals on the fucking beard. No, that show was goated.
Did Justin do the Just for Men jet black on his hair? It's looking different.
Not the Just for Basket. Did you do the Just for Basket?
I don't need to do that. It's because my hair is a specific type of brown where it just like depending on how I wear it, some parts are like more blonde than the other. So
Yeah.
like when I wear it like this, it shows a lot more of the black. But when I wear it like this above my head, it's more blonde. So,
Yeah, I can see the blonde
like the
in it
blonde's
from this
right here,
angle. Yeah.
So no, Justin
How the
feels
fuck
like
you just-
his family gets salmon charters.
Yeah, you can't beat the allegations, bro. We just found out you had a nanny yesterday.
I'm never. She was a babysitter.
Yeah, you had a nanny, bro. Let's keep it a buck. You had a nanny.
Still didn't answer that question.
It was when I was a kid, but I'll never beat the allegations. I've accepted that a long time ago.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw my top 5 list yesterday. I mean, I knew I was never beating the allegations with that.
And how the fuck do you get your hair like that, dog? Because you can't tell me if you was broke, your hair would look all right, but it would look like that.
No,
like,
I literally don't do anything.
You just wake up like that?
Yeah, I swear.
I woke up like this.
I literally
Right.
woke up like this.
I literally just shampoo and conditioner. That's it.
Look at this guy. Just a walking fucking head and shoulders ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at this guy.
Justin pays to have fish put on his hook.
Yeah. That's right. I went fishing. I had G's put the fish on the hook for me, but I technically went fishing. Fucking G. What would your butler's name be, bro?
Dude.
Yeah, no, just come on.
No. I'd personally never have a butler.
Ah, you on some bullshit.
Dude, I can get up and I can freaking go get a drink.
Ricardo, like, what's the just give me a name.
All right, if I were to have a butler,
Ricardo,
I'd need like a sick name. Like,
it's not gonna be Anthony.
Like
Same team, KG.
Yeah,
Same team, man.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
The only type of butler I want is a bodyguard, and it's like Alfred from Batman.
I got you.
He's just my bodyguard. That would be like,
Yeah.
if I was like that guy.
So Chadwick, got it. Okay.
Chadwick would be a sick name.
Ricardo.
My bad, Chase. My bad. That was wrong of me.
That's
the first
what
name
would the
that came
cleaner's
to
name be?
Right.
What would be the cleaner, the gardener? You know?
Oh, you talking about Jose?
Listen, man.
Talking about Jose over there, the gardener that's outside?
I'm sorry, man. Listen,
team, man.
stereotypes are a funny thing when done appropriately. I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm laughing over here. I think it's funny.
When done with taste.
Wait, there was one comment about furnaces in here. I gotta find it.
Oh shit.
So it's really Justin, the one who has 2 furnaces, not Neil. I mean, hockey players, other sports would be surfing, skateboarding, or golf. I actually don't skateboard, and I'm terrible at golf. So.
Oh, okay. You got the other 2 down though.
Justin, KG, and Chase, elite hair. Shout out.
Hey, appreciate that.
Kiazi. Justin has flow. Shout out Kiazi. Everyone just laughing about the Butler bit.
Yeah. I did see a wrestling one in here.
Yeah, answer that. Answer that.
Oh, mailbag from DNC ENT. Shout out to you, bro. Why is McAfee beating Gunther? It's either going to be a squash of all squashes or McAfee will win via interference. And we didn't get a chance to touch on this match yet. We will on a upcoming ringside episode. But Gunther either has to beat the holy shit out of Pat McAfee or like I see no lane in which McAfee wins this match, JB. You think McAfee actually gonna beat Gunther?
I see one lane where McAfee wins, and it's as the person in the chat said as well too. It's gonna be interference. Goldberg is gonna come out here, spear Gunther. Pat picks up the win, and then you probably get that match next for your PLE.
I'm not gonna lie, that's the only way I can accept that is if Goldberg or somebody were to interfere and get him the dub, because on paper, Gunther should fucking destroy McAfee. And I don't think by putting Pat McAfee over, like, I don't think that does Gunther any favors. Like, he already didn't have a memorable title run, and, you know, he came out, choked out a fucking commentator as his first action after losing the title. So now that he got the match with him, like, he needs to beat McAfee's ass. I ain't gonna hold you. I really want to see Gunther go over, but it is what it is.
I'm telling you right now, one-on-one McAfee is not doing this. You've seen his previous matches he's had before. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, big facts.
Well, I think that's the show.
I'm seeing a whole bunch of Butler names in the chat.
I know.
Lurch.
They love the bit. I will bet money this bit follows me to Big D Energy in an hour.
Oh
so.
yeah, big facts.
Jeffrey, Raul,
it's just the way of the road.
Raul.
But either way,
Raul.
Thank you so much, everybody. We had a great show today. It was a lot of fun. We appreciate all the love and all the jokes.
Yep. First man, I see you.
Shout out to Gable. Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Tab.
Shout out.
From KG, from JB, from Cavassier Chase. We'll catch you tomorrow for a very fun Friday show.
Oh, yeah.
Peace.
We wildin' tomorrow.